Boss, and welcome back to another episode of Car Reflections. So we're gonna be talking with ordinary people with their extraordinary stories. Together with me today is my friend Abby. Hi! Yay! So we're heading to church today, and then we're just gonna talk about life. So we met a few months, but seems like we've been friends forever, Char. So yeah. So Abby, you're a teacher, right?
Yep. I teach elementary school.
How long you've been here now in Bahrain?
This is my third year. Yeah, so it's my third year that I've been here. I arrived just before COVID, and then I've just been around.
But where are you from originally?
I'm from South Africa.
Is it your first time to come here abroad?
Yes, it was. So when I moved here, it was my first time leaving home, like my parents' home, and my first time moving to a different country.
So what were you expecting, like when you decided to like leave out with your family?
I was pretty excited, I must say. I've always wanted to travel, but it's definitely exceeded my expectations. I didn't think I would be here this long, but now I'm here and I love it.
But did you face any challenges along the way while you transition?
Yeah, so that's actually, I think, one of my biggest testimonies is, so when I moved here, it was good for the first couple of months, and then I faced a lot of challenges all at the same time. So I had issues with one of my workplaces, and there was problems with the visa, and it was a whole legal battle that was going on for like a whole year. And I had to work with lawyers, and it was quite tough. But then at the same time, COVID started, so the pandemic started, and then at the same time as well, back home, my mom was diagnosed with cancer and had to start undergoing chemo treatment, and obviously because of COVID I couldn't go home. So it was very challenging. I think being stuck this side and with everything going on, it was a lot, and it was very difficult first year that I had, but God came through, and He brought me through it. In the community that I had, I think being involved with church and having friends constantly around me and praying with me and checking in, I think that really helped a lot.
I also experienced with my previous employer, the first employer that I had. So I had to go through with lawyers and stuff, and then people from the church, they really helped me out because they've been here for a long time before me. So I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I'm like so scared because it's my first time abroad. And I really agree with with your community and with your circles and with your surroundings. Because your experience, how did you face the battle of transitioning, the challenges?
We don't always get it right, but I think I made sure to kind of keep people close around me, and keep trusting God, even though, and I think this was maybe one of the biggest things that I had to do, is realize that my faith and my relationship with God is not based on what I feel, because what I was feeling was awful, I would feel like, I don't know where you are, God, and it's a challenge, but I think I had to come to a point where I said, okay, do you know what, it's like I have to just trust in the truth of what the Bible says rather than what I'm feeling, and just keep holding on to that, to just keep holding on to those truths even on the days when you don't feel like it,
So you mentioned about you just have to hold on to this truth, what do you mean about it? Maybe for believers, they would understand what you're saying about. So maybe we have some viewers that are they don't have any idea what the truth is about.
So for me, in this situation, the truth would be, what the verses where the Bible speaks about God being our protector and our provider and our comforter and just everything that He is. And there's also a lot of verses in the Bible that talk about going through trials and going through
know the truth if you read the Bible. Yeah, I feel like it's very powerful every time you hear some words of wisdom from other people, and how much more if you hear or read the wisdom from God above, because He's the creator of all. So,
And I think for me, it's also more than just, you know, words that you read, but I've just seen so many times in my life that it happens, you know. It's not just something you read, it's not just a fairy tale that you believe,
I agree.
you actually see these things happening and you see the evidence of it.
yeah, when we're facing trials, it's actually a testing of our faith.
That's it.
That's when God is trying to tell us to trust me, it's my turn. Are you done with your stuff? Are you done doing your things? So, okay, let it go. Let me do my part.
Exactly. And growing and just, yeah, like I definitely, obviously I wouldn't, you know, choose that situation for myself, but looking back now, I can see how it was a really important part of my life, and how it's, you know, shaped who I am today, and the amount of things I've learned from it, you know, it's so valuable. And
yeah, so that's your realization. What's the time that you felt that this is the overcoming part?
Overcoming part. So there wasn't like an exact moment. It was more like a transition, you know. So over the past, I think, year, slowly but surely, I just, you know, started getting back on track and started every day just feeling a little bit better and a little bit better, and, you know.
Did you take action to avoid those things to happen again?
Yeah, I think I learned more importantly to, you know, trust God in, because I think that's also a thing, is we like to be in control of our lives, and we like to, you know, have everything under control, and when it's not under our control and when things don't go the way that we want them to, the way we think, that's when, you know, especially with myself, I'd stress out a lot and I'd feel really awful. And I think now I've learned, you know, more, not 100% all the time, because I'm still learning, but, you know, I think I've learned to get to a place where when I face things that are difficult and when things are not going the way that I expect, to, you know, to turn to God first and to trust Him, even though it doesn't, you know, even though I feel like this is, you know, this is not going to happen, but just to keep trusting Him and just keep
that's
believing,
the best,
you know.
yeah, that's the best action that you can do.
That's it,
for the following or for the future events of your life. So what is your drive now? Like, what makes you driven?
I think just, let me think how to put
Aside from driving your car. So what makes you driven in life?
I think, you know, just being able to love people and being able to just, you know, meet so many different people. I mean, even with my job, I get to meet different students from, you know, different cultures, and, you know, even a lot of my friends, and just, yeah, I really just love people and being able to share life with them and being able to, you know, always meet new people and learn new things.
Basically, you feel like that's your purpose in life, like loving people and I totally agree with that, because even Jesus Christ, that's what He wanted us to do, to love others and show kindness and compassion to them. So yeah, that's so wonderful, Abby. And so thank you so much, Abby, for your time, and thank you for driving me safe to church.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's an honor to hear your testimonies, and I hope our viewers will be inspired with this. And if you can relate with this video, please give a like, share, and comment. And yeah, thank you so much, mga anak ng Diyos. And this will be our first car reflection episode, sharing extraordinary stories of ordinary people. So thank you, and see you next vlog. Bye. Yeah, and you know what? One thing I love about being abroad or working abroad is like meeting people, meeting different races, meeting different kind or hearing a lot of experiences from any other foreigners. So we call, like Filipinos, we call ourselves OFW, so it's like overseas Filipino worker, but I think it will consider as other race as well. We can call you OFW or like overseas foreign workers.
Yes.
Yeah,